Yo, 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 what's going on, y'all? OG Tengu back in the house with another video for us to watch. And today, we're going to be checking out marvelous videos 15 insane facts about Kung Pow Enter the Fist 2002. To this day, the original movie clip is still one of the most popular clips on my entire channel. Tiger and Crane Arts. That's right, with Jimmy Wang Yu.
It's a classic.
So without further ado, let's check it out.
Steve Oedekerk's Kung Pow Enter the Fist isn't just any regular goofy parody. It's a Frankenstein's monster of pure absurdity, which has been stitched together with green screens, over-the-top acting, and enough WTF moments to make the most seasoned movie buffs question reality. But behind all those hilarious scenes were several unusual stories that went
This
unnoticed in the
is a
public
classic
eye.
in
But
itself.
along because in today's video, we're bringing you 15
Sheer
insane facts
comedy
about one of the
genius.
craziest parody movies of all time. So gear up, as we're about to enter a world where tongues can talk, cows can fight,
Yeah.
and the villain. We have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to the channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
You heard the man. Help out.
Fact 1. The man, the mic, the mayhem. What if we told you that in Kung Pow Enter the Fist, Steve Oedekerk argued with himself, flirted with himself, and even occasionally slapped himself? No, we're not going nuts, just hear us out. Everyone knows that Oedekerk was the writer, director, and lead actor for the film. However, only a few people know that he also voiced all the male and female characters in the movie. Not only that, he also dubbed the voice for the baby too. He raided the voiceover department like a one-man band on a high dose of caffeine, dominating the recording booth like the Boston Celtics of the 50s and 60s. Result, audience experienced a universe created with only one through.
Literally, the whole movie
Jennifer
is a
Connelly was
meme.
lucky enough to escape
One
Oedekerk's
giant
dominance and voice the
hour and
dialogue for her
45-minute
character, Whoa.
meme.
So next time you watch this
And it's
masterpiece,
good.
remember that you're witnessing a one-man show. Fact 2. From icebergs to flying fists. This might come to you as a shock, but Kung Pow Enter the Fist might have one of the coolest and weirdest cameos in cinema history. If you don't believe us, you must revisit the peaceful waterfall scene. At first glance, the scene might look like a normal waterfall scene. If you look closely and even squint your eyes hard enough, you'll spot the wrecked Titanic chilling underwater as if it took a wrong turn on its way to Avatar. It was a blink and you'll miss it gag, but if you miss it, you miss it. And if you see it, you can't unsee it for the rest of your life. But what was a destroyed Titanic doing in an old school kung fu movie? The makers had no explanation, logic, or context for adding it. But a few diehard fans believe that Oedekerk just wanted to add the luxurious sunken ship to promote the
Y'all
element of
love
absurdity
this
in the
movie. My subscribers love
destroyed
this
Titanic in Kung Pao.
movie. Even the original clip
craziest crossovers
gets
in cinematic
connected to this
history
movie.
after the Flintstones met
The
the
original
Jetsons.
movie gets connected to this movie.
I need gopher chucks.
Fact 3. The dubbing that missed the Oscars by a whisker. In Hollywood, or cinema in general, a movie is widely appreciated for its wonderful dialogue.
When I first put this clip up, the original movie, I didn't think it would get any traction. In this movie may have more traction than any Shaw Brothers Venom's Mob movie that I have on my entire channel.
The movie was not an accident, but a deliberate attempt to create systematic nonsense on screen. So, how did Oedekerk and his team pull this one off? Does doing bad work well require more work than just doing good work? Well, to get things on track, Oedekerk asked the actors to deliver random dialogue on set. After that, the actual dialogue was dubbed in the studio with the actors' lip movements. One of the dialogues that was dubbed in this way was when the chosen one asks, "But isn't Betty a woman's name?" If you read the character's lips properly, then you would observe that the character is saying, "But isn't Yahtzee a family game?" Which serves as a much more valid question. Many audiences loved The Perfect Mismatch as they felt it transported them back to the era of old-fashioned martial arts movies on VHS, dubbed by a voice actor who had just woken up from a nap in most cases. Fact 4. The crotch
Hammer
that felt
pants.
no pain. Oedekerk aimed to create a parody of classic martial arts films. However, he didn't want to make it a typical spoof using outdated techniques and methods. Instead, he used an innovative trick. He went into mad scientist mode and digitally inserted himself and a few relatively new actors into an old martial arts film called The Savage Killers, also known as Tiger and Crane Fists. It was a vintage kung fu flick loaded with deadly stares and dramatic zooms, but Oedekerk didn't select the movie as his base because it had insane action or superior acting. He selected this movie because he fell in love with the villain's crotch. Don't get the wrong idea, Oedekerk is a straight guy. Actually, in the real movie, the villain was repeatedly whacked in his nuts, but he didn't flinch, scream, or limp. Oedekerk became fascinated with this scene.
Not three
and discovered
titties.
his parody gold. The end result?
Every man's
Parody
dream.
perfectly remixes the age-old traditional martial arts movies with slapstick modern
Or one big
comedy.
one.
Big ass titties!
Fact 5. Enter the fist, exit with a prank. In today's cinema, it's quite normal to finish off a movie with an end credit scene. But Kung Pow, Enter the Fist, something different happened. The movie ended with an end credit scene where the teaser of the next installment, titled Kung Pow 2, Tongue of Fury, was shown. As usual, people who loved the movie got excited about the news of the sequel. Later, the
Not the
gossip
squirrel.
production hype intensified when it was listed on IMDb, the internet's unofficial truth oracle. Message boards lit up.
Are these squirrels or beavers?
Even started dreaming
It
of
was a squirrel.
different roles for this film. Sounds pretty normal, right? The plot twist. Later, Oedekerk confirmed that the entire end credit scene was just a gag, and his team had no plans to make a sequel to the movie. Many considered Oedekerk's prank a loving nod to Mel Brooks-style fake sequel promises. Even though Oedekerk played a wonderfully misleading gag, many fans still believe that one day, Kung Pow 2, Tongue of Fury,
So good.
will return to
If you've never seen it,
once more.
go check it out.
Defeating Betty is the first step to revealing the Council's identity.
Fact 6. Lights,
And yes, James
Paul,
Earl
those who
Jones. That
watched
was
the
James
movie
Earl
surely
Jones that did the
remember
voice
iconic
for
scene where the Chosen One
the
speaks to
lion.
the mystical computer-generated lion, Mushu Fasa. At first glance, that scene might appear divine with an elaborate studio setup, huge
who
lighting,
also did the
and
original
massive
voice for the
options.
Lion King.
Would you believe it if we said the whole sequence took place in Oedekerk's backyard? While most directors spend hours finding just the right location for their scenes, Oedekerk believed his backyard was enough to fit the requirements for the Mushu Fossa scene. Just a digital video camera, desk lamp for lighting, and a hairdresser for the dramatic windswept look, Oedekerk created a low-budget, high-laugh spiritual scene that perfectly mimicked the old-school kung fu spirit and fit the movie's tone, as it celebrated absurdity rather than realism.
Betty's protective caps were these.
Fact 7. A dub-tastic term. Many might not know that Kung Pow Enter the Fist had a very different beginning. Initially, the project was titled the dubbed action movie Enter the Fist and aimed to be a parody of anime shows and movies with poor English
Have you
dubs.
ever-
Somewhere along the way, makers pivoted from their plan. Instead of spoofing anime, they leaned on making a parody of
Seen this movie
1970s
before.
Hong Kong-based just like the animes. But still, the spirit of anime was carried forward in Oedekerk's movie. How? He utilized some of the original gags and characters in his movie were initially planned to be incorporated into the anime spoof. Fact 8. Bye 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 Logic. One of the most glorified random moments in the film involved Master Tang casually mentioning that he likes the boy band NSYNC, so that you remember that this movie is a product of the early 2000s. However, the fun fact is that NSYNC's hit song Pop was featured in the 2001 sci-fi animated comedy Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, which was also written by Steve Oedekerk. So when Master Tang declared his love for the famous boy band in the middle of the movie, it wasn't just a weird flex, but a genuine attempt to crack an inside joke, direct fans to tap on Oedekerk's other works prior to this parody. So next time Oedekerk releases a new parody movie, don't be surprised to see Justin Timberlake making a cameo appearance right out of the blue. Fact 9.
This movie
Feats for Kung
and
Fu feats. You might not know
Kung
that
Fu
the
Hustle.
epic and bizarre theme of Kung Pow Enter the Fist is actually the remastered and sped up version of the theme song from a 1967 British game show called Ask the Family.
Comedic
The movie,
genius.
featuring absolute kung fu bullshit, actually kicked off with a theme that was originally used for a polite trivia battle between British families. But the makers of the movie didn't take the theme of the show direct. Actually, the BBC quiz show Ask the Family used Akaraga as their theme music. It was later covered and adapted in 1969 by the band Shocking Blue. Later, the melody of the band's song was sampled and remixed by Mint Royale, which they named From Russholm with Love. Later, From Russholm with Love became the theme for Kung Pow.
And yes, this movie still has a huge cult following.
Huge.
I am Mushu Fasa.
Fact 10. Mushu Fossa, brought to you by CNN. For this fact, we have to return to the scene where the mystical Mushu Fossa was speaking with the Chosen One. If you've seen the movie, you'll know that after the end of the conversation, Mushu Fasa abruptly whispers, "This is CNN." Don't you think that voice sounded familiar? That's because it was none other than James Earl Jones, the man who actually delivered
told
the
you.
same line for CNN. Another interesting fact about Jones is that he didn't just play Mushu Fasa, he also voiced Mufasa in 1994's The Lion King. Fact 11. The intermission was intermissioning. If a movie is planning to have an intermission, the writers are
So
advised
good
to
for its
create an
time.
impactful scene that would organically lead the audience to the perfect intermission block. Kung Pow Enter the Fist intermission block was a touch of genius by Oedekerk. No, it wasn't something out of this world. Rather, it was just an intermission title with characters popping out of the movie, urging the audiences in their dubbed voices to take a break and grab some snacks. No doubt it was hilarious, but what was so genius about? Well, the scene wasn't in the initial plans. Originally, interrogation and the escape sequences were much longer. When the scenes were cut to adjust the pacing, a huge gap was created. So Oedekerk slapped the intermission title card on it, just like the 1950s movies, as a quick fix to the situation. To top it off, he also added cheesy music from his surreal comedy variety TV special from 1997, SteveOedekerk.com, which he put together for NBC. So yeah, instead of fixing a problem in a normal way, Oedekerk did it into a gag.
There should be a new, stronger word for
I'm telling you, man,
like
go check it out.
bad wrong.
Fact 12. The curious
If you
case
haven't
of
already.
the dog. In the movie, Master Betty wipes out everyone
And if you
who
have,
someone cared about.
go see it
Our
again.
hero into an emotional
And now we're
trance
going to
where
look
he
at it
uses words
again.
like bad and wrong to create a new word, dong, to express his anger and pain. But you might be surprised to know that Badong is not just a made-up sinister name. It's actually a real country in China. Yup. Badongxian, China, is a peaceful region, but it was unintentionally dragged into a parody universe. So, next time you travel to China, especially Badong, remember the place isn't sinister. That's just Oedekerk's ability to pick something random and turn it into a work of art. Fact 13. Moat or motivated evil. In the Kung Pow
Not the
universe,
tongue.
nothing is random, even the logos. Yep, we're talking about the logo that was used to represent the evil council. First glance, the logo looked like a symbol of doom or an ancient martial arts clan.
Tongue stole the show.
Logo actually testing station, cars are checked for their worthiness. That's right. Oedekerk picked an innocent symbol which was meant to help British drivers maintain their cars and transformed it into an insignia dominating bad guys. So, next time any UK driver feels their mod sign is radiating a little devilish energy, you know that Oedekerk is the culprit. Weird sensation. Fact 14. Replaced, remember. In the movie, Oedekerk digitally replaced Jimmy Wang Yu, the main lead and director of Savage Killers, with himself.
Legend.
All scenes that involved
Legendary.
and even tongue fight. Wang Yu did make a cameo appearance in Kung Pow, where even after being removed from his own movie,
And Jimmy Wang Yu was about that life.
Film, the original cast
Y'all know what I'm
Savage
talking about.
Killers.
This man acquires the most deadly gang in China.
The shoes of Wang Yu, he didn't forget to pay his respects to the OG. You might get a stick from Wang Yu for adding a kung fu cow and a villain named Betty. Fact 15. Nonsense that broke barriers. When we think about great parodies, names like Airplane, Spaceballs, The Naked Gun, and Monty Python top our list. But stuck between a brilliant satire and utter insanity, we've got Kung Pow Enter the Fist.
Not sure why it got
Classic,
louder,
which not
but it
only
wasn't
added
me.
a new flavor to parodies, but punched its way to the heart of the audiences, even with bad dubbing and a talking tongue. When released in 2002, Kung Pow wasn't a critically acclaimed darling, but over time it found its audience, kink for nonsensical and weird gags. Today, Kung Pow stands as a genre-bending quotable fever, which encourages makers to push the parody genre to new experimental heights. But what did Kung Pow actually achieve? Kung Pow's biggest legacy has to be that it's shown makers that they don't need to follow the rules to create a perfect parody. Kung Pow showed us that parodies can be dumb, smart, retro, modern, innovative, all at the same time. Sometimes all you need is an old kung fu movie and a bunch of silly voices.
We shouldn't have found that funny, but we
Hard work,
did.
Vision and honesty. Marvelous conclusion. Fortunately, we've reached the end of our video, but we sign off. We'd like to know which facts about Kung Pow intrigued you the most and why. Let us know which movies you'd like us to cover next, and also let us know if we missed any cool facts about Kung Pow in the comments section down below. Until next time, thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and have a marvelous day.
All right now. Hope you enjoyed it. It was good. Like I said before, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know all your favorite parts of Enter the Fist, Kung Pow, 2002.
What?
That's right. All right, guys. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's doing well. I look forward to seeing you again. Until then. Y'all be good. I'm out.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Bye. Nice seeing you.